So another alert here, with the president already facing some opposition in his quest to close GITMO, and the Pentagon is looking to answer them in the briefing right now. As you can see, this is live. This, as he could be facing an uphill battle on Capitol Hill. In the past, Republicans have put a stop to his plans, and states with prisons that could house the detainees, well, there's been a lot of pushback from them as well. Oklahoma Senator James Inhofe is the chair of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and he joins me right now. Actually, you're not the chair of that, are you?
No, I'm not concerned about it. Nothing's changed, Gretchen. In the last 7 years, he's been wanting to do that. Now that he's back down to his legacy, he's trying to think of some way that he can coerce this into happening. Let's just keep in mind that we passed in, fiscal year 2016, the NDAA, National Defense Authorization Act, language that, number one, says you can't transfer them to the United States between now and December 31st.
Right.
And then you can't close it until before December 31st. Well, December 31st, he's out of there. And let's don't let it get lost that James Clapper, who's the big intelligence guy, the chief here in this country, has said that the recidivism rate of those that he's already released is 30%. In other words, 30% of those guys that he's released are out killing Americans again.
Right.
And
we're just reporting on that now, that this guy in Spain who used to be at GITMO has now been picked up and has ties to the Islamic State. So you're right about the recidivism rate. I want to just bring to your attention the legislative change that is in the president's plan. Here's what it says. The administration will work with Congress to lift unnecessary prohibitions in the current law. Number two, the administration considering requesting changes to Military Commissions Act of 2009 affecting future prosecutions. I mean, let's go back to the first point there. He's going to work with Congress to lift unnecessary prohibitions in the current law. You think anyone's going to agree to that?
No, Gretchen. You know, he hasn't worked with Congress in 7 years on any issue. You know, he hasn't even worked with his own military to get their advice on these things. And so there's nothing that he can bring up now. Do you remember Taliban 5? Those are the 5 worst, most vicious terrorists that were in there at that time. And they're the ones that, right after we passed the Defense Authorization Bill that said that you cannot release someone without giving 30 days notice, the president released 5 people without giving any notice.
Right.
Now, he willingly and frequently breaks the law, but he's not going to be able to get by with this, and yet it's part of his legacy. He's going to do everything he can.
Okay, so one of the arguments that the administration has is that, look, keeping GITMO open inflames the Islamic State and the jihadi to want to commit more terrorist acts against the United States. Do you agree with that?
Okay, so yeah, if you follow that through, he's saying, well, be nice to the terrorists so they won't hurt us. Come on, Gretchen, we all know better than that.
All right, Senator James Inhofe, who I don't think is going to change his mind on this issue. Thanks for your time, Senator. See you soon.
How's your violin doing?
Oh, well, thank you. He asked me about my violin. I'll have to chat with him off camera about that. All right, Senator, I'll chat with you off camera about that. Thanks, sir.